It's Nate. Welcome back to another Truck Talk episode. It is probably day like 20 something of the March Marathon. I don't even know what day it is, but I got a new tripod, so now I don't have to hold it while I drive. You know, we had to make it legal this time, so now I can legally talk to you guys while I'm moving, and YouTube and TikTok can't throw a fit about it. Anyways, today's topic is faith. Faith is so important. Faith is probably the number one thing. I think it is the strongest emotion. It is the strongest driver of everybody. It is your strongest connection to God. Faith is the most important thing probably in this world, or arguably one of. And I know that's a very bold statement, but I stand behind that. And sorry, the mountains are absolutely beautiful today. Holy smokes. I feel like I want to show you guys, but I don't want the tripod to get jacked up. Anyways, so faith, I was reading Think and Grow Rich last night, and I've been reading the chapter on faith every day now for a while. I like to read the same chapter over and over and over and over and over for a while, and then I move on to the next chapter or a different chapter I'm interested in. So the one I'm on right now is faith, and faith is basically what connects you to your desires, right? So if you, we're gonna set a goal for this whole video, right? 10K a month. I feel like that's a goal that's not, like, a lot of people feel like that could be pretty reasonable, right? So let's say your goal is $10,000 a month. And let's just say, I don't know, you're just not there yet, whether you're making 5,000, 4,000, or 8,000. If you don't have faith that you are going to get to the 10,000, you're never going to get there. It's simply a fact. You will never get there. Faith is what colors your picture in your mind, right? So if you're holding this picture in your mind of your dream life, of your desires, of the future you want to live, but you don't have faith, if you're not mixing the emotion of faith with it, you're basically giving a black and white picture to your mind. But when you mix it with faith, I think Napoleon Hill described it as it's like the elixir, like a purple elixir. Like it's magical. Like, that's how powerful it is, and it colors the picture. So when you're mixing faith with your desire, that is when you will accomplish it. Because when you and let me clarify what faith is, or at least just a brief definition that I'm going to give you. This is not planned, so I don't even know what I'm going to say. But faith is believing in the unseen. All right, so a lot of people have faith, but they have faith in things that have already happened, or they have faith in things that have already occurred, or they know will occur, right? Like, I have faith the sun's gonna set tonight, right? Because it sets every night. So I believe faith is believing in the unseen, believing in the things that haven't happened, believing in the things that you believe will happen, but there may not even be a single sign that it's happening yet, right? So, and I went through this a lot on my journey because I had to have a stupid amount of faith in myself to make the decisions I was going to make, right? And obviously, I'm not going to take all the glory. Like, you know, all the glory goes to God. He's the one that got me through all of the hard topics, hard discussions, hard conversations with everybody. But I had to have faith in myself, right? Because when you're going through the terror barrier and you're about to break through, right? So say you want to chase your dreams, and the first step is to quit your job or to drop out of school, or, you know, whatever it is. You are going to face the terror barrier, and you are going to feel, it's going to feel wrong because your body's in a new state of vibration, right? Because when you are quitting what is secure to you, or whatever feels comfortable to you, you're going to be uncomfortable because of that. And what is going to get you through that is faith. If you don't have faith, the terror barrier is going to rip you down every time. And this happened to me last year. I was trying to kind of do what I'm doing now. I was like, I want to make money online, you know, like, I'm ready to move on. Like, I know I can do better than what I'm doing. But the thing is I didn't have a clear picture of what I wanted. I didn't have this dream life drawn out, right? I was doing it to chase, like, a cool car or something like that, and that just doesn't work. It doesn't last. A cool car is not gonna get you up in the morning, I promise you that. It has to be so deep. You have to be so obsessed with the goal, with the life that you are going to achieve. And I'm not just talking monetarily. Like, I'm not saying I'm doing all this so that I can have a cool car. Like, I'm doing this so that money is my slave and I'm not a slave to money, right? Because a lot of people, majority of people, live their whole life being a servant to money. But I'm not a servant to money. Money's a servant to me, and that's the situation you have to be in, right? I'm not chasing money. Money chases me, and that's where you want to be. And I'm not saying that in a cocky way at all. I'm just saying, like, it's a mindset shift. And once you believe that, once you believe money chases you, money's going to chase you. money's a magnet, right? So if you're calling for it, it's going to come to you. And if you're not, if you're talking down on it, if you're saying you never have enough, if you're scared, if you're feeling, if you have a scarcity mindset, a poverty mindset, it's going to run so fast. It's going to run so far away from you. You won't even know what it looks like. I promise you that. Okay. So back to faith though. I didn't have a clear picture of what I wanted. So I couldn't have faith that I was going to get there because I didn't really know what I was going after. Right? So then this time around, I was like, okay, I wanted a definite picture of what I want. Where am I going to live? How much am I going to make? What am I going to do? Right? I figured every little detail out of my entire life, my future life, the life that I want to live. So as I'm trying to make this a reality, right, I'm having to do a lot of uncomfortable things. I dropped out of school, right? You know how difficult that is to tell everyone? Because, school's a big thing, right? I grew up, my parents are teachers, right? And I grew up around a family that has all pushed education. So, and there's nothing wrong with education at all. I'm grateful that I went. I'm grateful for the opportunities. I'm grateful for, what I learned throughout the process. It just wasn't taking me where I wanted to go. And that's no disrespect to anybody that was involved in my journey. But I came to the realization that it wasn't for me. And do you know how much faith it took in me, in myself, in my plans, and my goals, and my dreams to get through to tell everyone I'm not going back to school, to go talk to my advisor and say I'm not going to be returning to school even though you're paying for my school? Do you know how hard it was to go to my parents and say I'm not going back to school? I don't think people quite understand the difficulty of making decisions like this. And the only thing that will get you through it is faith, right? Because I had to tell people I'm not going to school before I had any results. My detailing business, I was doing fine at that time, but I wasn't making any money online. I didn't have a social media presence. I still don't, but I didn't I was just literally walking in faith. I was literally just saying, look, this is what I'm doing. I haven't done it, right? I'm not making $100,000 a month on my phone right now, but this is what I'm gonna do. And so I had to make a committed decision and go after it. But if I didn't have faith, I would have fallen back to my old ways. I would have, let the fear overtake me, right? But because I had this image of the life I wanted so deeply ingrained in my mind, and I was so obsessed with it, there's no going back. There's no going back to my old ways. I would not step foot in another classroom. And I'm not saying school's the issue. It just wasn't taking me where I wanted to go. That's it, right? And I know that school is great for a lot of people. It helps a ton of people live a far better life. But for me, it wasn't right. And I just want to clarify that because I'm not dissing school in any way. I think a lot of people need it and a lot of people will benefit from it. I just wasn't. And so it takes a stupid amount of faith to get over the fear. And that's kind of what I've come to. And if you've read Think and Grow Rich, you know that faith is it's probably one of the longest chapters in the book, but it is so important because if you're on a new journey, if you're chasing new goals, if you're going places you've never been, if you're trying to new businesses, if you're trying to make money online, whatever you're doing that you've never done before, your mind, your body is going to try to talk you out of it. You know how long it took me to make a YouTube video because my mind was talking me out of it? Because what if this happens? What if that happens? Or no one's gonna watch it? Or I haven't achieved this yet, so no one's gonna listen to me. Or I haven't done this yet, so no one's gonna listen. Or do you know how long it took me it took me over a month to overcome that? Because I just had to come to the point where I was like, I don't care, right? I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody thinks. If you don't watch my videos, good for you, right? That's your choice. And if you watch them and you hate, that sucks for you. Obviously, something's wrong with your life. So I just had to come to that decision that I don't care what people think. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people are going to talk, if people are going to talk about me. I don't care because I know where I'm going. I can see the vision of where I'm going, and I have unwavering faith that I'm going to get there. It's not a question of if, it is when, right? And that's kind of what has to shift. It's not, oh, I hope I can make money online. Oh, I hope I can get some followers on social media. Oh, I hope I can be a profitable trader. It's none of that. Because if you're talking like that, you're never going to achieve anything. Because you are always in a scared mindset. You're scared to commit to it. You have to make a commitment, right? I had to say, I am making money online. I am a profitable trader. I am going to grow my social media. I am going to do all these things. Not I think, right? It wasn't I hope. I really wish. No, because like Napoleon Hill says in Think and Grow Rich, wishing does nothing. Wishing gets you nothing. Wishing will take you nowhere. I promise you that. Wishing is, oh, that car waited an hour to put on their turn signal and I was waiting just for them. Anyways, wishing is nothing, right? So you need to sit down and figure out what you want. And you need to ask yourself, have you been expecting it or have you been wishing for it? Because if you're expecting it, you are going to be making the moves. And I'm going to butcher this, but this is a story. It's in the Bible. I don't know where at, but that it was a group of men and they were with Moses and they were saying, we need water. We have no water. And Moses said, well, pray for rain, right? Pray for rain. And then they came back a few days later and they're like, God failed us. There's no rain. And Moses said, well, where's the ditches? Where's the ditches, right? Because if you were truly expecting the rain, you would have been digging the ditches to collect the rain. And that is what your life has to be like. You need to be looking at your future, right? You need to be seeing where you're going and then start moving like it's already done. You have to be digging the ditches, right? You need to be digging the ditches before there's any physical evidence that it's already here or that it's coming. Right? I had to stop going to school. I had to tell people what I was doing. I had to make a decision and commit to making money online, to making social media, all these things before I ever made $1, before I ever had any sign it was going to work, because I had faith. Right? I was digging the ditches. I said, I know that right now it may not be the truth, but this is the life I'm living. It's not a question, it's a fact. It's just a matter of time before reality catches up. Like, that's kind of the point it has to get to. And so that's kind of, I don't plan these videos, especially the truck talk ones. So I don't want to, jabber for too long, but there's nothing more important than faith. If you want to change, you need faith. If you want to grow, you need faith. No matter what you're doing in life, you need to have faith. And let me tell you, because the one thing, every religion, everyone says you need to have faith. They don't tell you how to build faith. That's the one thing they don't say. And I'm going to give you that right now. So if you're watching to this point in the video, yeah, you're going to win. So faith can be built. The only proven method of building faith is through autosuggestion. That is through repetition of thoughts, of affirmation, of whatever it is. Whatever you are trying to accomplish, it is repeatedly seeing that, repeatedly thinking that over and over and over. It will then make it into your subconscious mind, your spirit, whatever you want to call it. And once it is in your subconscious mind, that is when it becomes a fact. That is when it starts to move into form. That is when it's not a matter of trying to trick your mind into thinking it true. That is when it is becoming true. That is when it is already moving into form. So if it's a new income goal, right? If you want to start making 10K a month, you need to be pounding that into your mind. I make 10K a month. I make 10K a month. I make 10K a month. And you need to not think twice about it. You need to not be like, oh, well, I don't know if I'll be. No, it's I make 10K a month. Because once you get that into your mind, you will have faith. Like right now, my goal is 100K a month. I have faith. Like, that doesn't sound crazy to me at all. Like, it does not, like, at this point now, because I've overcome this time, but it doesn't scare me. I have no fear. I have no doubt in the world that I don't doubt that I'm going to get it there. Like, I know for a fact I'm getting there. I know for a fact. It's 100% fact. It's just a matter of time. Because I'm not going to give up till I do. So that's kind of the point you have to get to. You have to just decide on what you want and then make a committed decision that you're getting it. It's not a matter of, I hope I can get it. It's not a matter of, well, I'll just try my best. No, you're getting it, right? You make a committed decision. I'm getting it, right? I made a lot of hard decisions. I had to make a lot of hard conversations. I had to do a lot of things that are scary, right? Because I made a committed decision. I said, I'm getting this. I'm doing this. Nobody's going to tell me otherwise. And that's what you have to do, because you have to, and that's not going to happen if you don't have faith. You're going to get this good idea in your mind, right? Oh yeah. Oh, I could get that Lamborghini. Oh, I could make a lot of money, whatever it is. And then the second you start to take action in that direction, you'll start to feel nervous, you'll feel anxious, and bam, back to your old ways. That good positive thought's gone, right? You say, oh, I can't do that. Bam, back to the old ways, and you're never going to change. That's what happens to everybody. So you have to build faith. And if you guys even like these videos, I don't know, because I know I just kind of rant, but I feel like that's the best, because I'm just talking from the heart. I'm telling you guys what I know, what I've experienced. I'm not planning anything, and I feel like faith is easily, hands down, the most important thing. I don't care if you're religious or not. I don't care, because you have to have faith in something, right? I have faith in God. So if you don't believe in God, whatever, then you're missing something in your life, because you need to have faith in something, right? You need to have faith in a higher power. I have faith in God because God is an infinite source, right? Everything comes from God, and God is infinite. So why are you going to set limits on yourself, right? Well, if you are not happy with where you are, why are you limiting yourself to that situation? If you're making 5K a month and you're not happy with that, but you tell yourself you can't make 10K, you are now saying that the infinite provider, God, cannot provide you with what you need. He cannot provide you with the 10K. So obviously you don't have faith in that, right? So once you understand that everything comes from God and everything is infinite, you'll realize you can never take too big of a piece of the pie, because the pie is infinite. Right? Listen to that again. The pie is infinite. So you can't take too big of a piece. There's enough for everyone plus more. You help people make money, you'll make more money. Like that, it's not a game of greed. If you're greedy, you're never going to succeed. You have to be willing to help people. You have to be spreading everything. You need to be giving back your money. If you're not giving back to people, if you're not giving 10% of what you make, you're like a farmer who's not replanting his seeds. You need to be replanting the seeds. You need to be moving in all areas. You need to be working with the laws of this world if you want to succeed, right? We are spiritual beings, but we work by the same laws as the physical world, by reaping and sowing, by planting the seeds, watering it, and it grows, right? You earn your money, and then you gotta plant 10% of it back and water it, and it'll grow, and it'll come back 10-fold, 20-fold, 30-fold, whatever. So it's so important to work with the laws of the world if you are trying to do anything, like just to live. Because if you're not working with them, if you don't know them, if you don't have understanding, you're working against them, I promise you. Some people get lucky. Some people work with them naturally, right? Some people have been programmed the right way, but most people haven't. And so that's kind of what these truck talks are, is I'm just going to kind of share my knowledge and be like, about these laws, because a lot of my other videos are going to be stocks. I think I'm going to make a lot of stock related videos, but I still want to keep the mindset stuff, but I want to keep it story-like. I don't want to just be like a teacher. I want to be personable with you guys. So if you want any other topics discussed, please leave it down below. I mean, I'll talk about anything. I'm ready to help as many people as I can. And if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back again with another video tomorrow. So if you're enjoying the March Marathon, let me know, because it's a lot of work to post a video every day. But I'm dedicated to it. So probably, like, I don't know what day it is, probably like 12 more days left, but I'll probably keep posting every day because it's fun. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow.